Cybernation Uncensored.
Welcome to Cybernation Uncensored. I'm Tracy, aka Stinkpalm 007, and this is going to be session 2 of our campaign, I Know You're a Twit, but What Am I? Where the players have been tasked with setting things straight. And we'll get into a little bit of a recap later, but setting things straight with you are the head of Ziggurat, who is messing up their social media. So you can't let the rich boys go mess up your social media and all. Anyways, before we get into all that, I need to thank our sponsors. Thank you to Lion Banner Games, Studio Agate, Free League Publishing, Sirenscape, Fantasy Grounds, Modifius, and Loki Battle Maps. We wouldn't be able to do this without you and your support. Also, thank you to Artel Sorian, because, well, Cyberpunk is freaking awesome, and, that's all. It's awesome. And so with that out of the way, we'll move on to some introductions. So I mentioned I'm Tracy. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, sometimes Reddit as Stinkpalm007. I'm a ttrpg creative and pro GM. And I have a couple things out on DM's Guild and Drive Through for D&D, but I also play GM this game and play on Fridays for Team Star Runners in our High Riders campaign. So that's a little bit about me. Now let's move on to the players. So Kurt, why don't you intro yourself? Where can people find you? What are you up to? And then also intro your character just a little bit.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Hi, everybody. I am Kurt, also known as Covenant the Horrible Alchemist. You can find me everywhere at the following socials. That applies to Instagram, too. It's just my name. Let's see here. What am I doing? Let's see. Over on here, starting soon, over on Emporium for the Wayward Gamer, my resident home. We are starting up our Blade Runner campaign here in February. It is a short-run Blade Runner campaign, of which I will be GMing, and I have assembled an amazing cast. More to follow on that one. Also, you can catch me on Sundays, where I am playing a wheelin' and dealin', fast-talking scoundrel of the stars in a Star Wars campaign called Shadowport Adventures, Luck of the Draw, as well on Emporium for the Wayward Gamer. I've slowly started to pick up streaming on my own personal channel, which is Twitch/Covenant, and that's pretty much it for right now as far as projects and stuff that I'm doing. A lot of the stuff I do is behind the screen and writing of adventures and stuff like that. You can catch a new adventure from me here in February on DM's Guild. And let's see here. My character. Bam. So I am playing Burnout, who is our resident trauma team medic, who is he made a couple of bad calls, and it cost the insurance agencies a lot of eddies, so he's taking side jobs to try and compensate for that loss that they're holding him for. He's a little disgruntled. He's a little burnout, borderline alcoholic, but not full-blown alcoholic just yet. He does the best that he can, but is often the cynical voice of reason. So that is Burnout in a nutshell.
All right, thank you. Let's move on to Diamond. Diamond, why don't you intro yourself? What are you up to? Where can people find you? And a little bit about your character.
Hello, I'm Diamond Dust. I'm a VTuber with the Moonlighters streaming group. Also, you can find me over here. You can primarily find me here on Twitch every day. Channel down below. I do a lot of Cyberpunk RED content on Wednesday nights, Saturday, and also this year on YouTube, I'm going to be doing a series I'd like to call Gonk's Guide to the Dark Future, basically helping new players get introduced to the game. Today I am playing as Frost, a a Lazarus employee that happens to be very good at making people disappear, get moved to a new job, or just shush. Usually calm and collected, but is usually going to be a little bit harder on herself about errors, as she usually puts it all on her.
All right. Thank you, Diamond. Next up, we have Crimson. Introduce yourself, your character, and whatnot.
Yeah, hey y'all, I'm Crimson Galaxy. That's Krimsin, because I'm not me without a little bit of sin. My pronouns are they, them, she, and they, and you can find me all over the internet. Haven't gotten into the new social media stuff for the ttrpg scene yet. I'm kind of planning on riding Twitter into the ground. And, yeah. So you can find me on Twitter at sin_gal. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitch here at crimson_galaxy_RPG. And you can find me all over the Twitcher web, playing all sorts of different games. This week I have Tales from the Flood on Wednesday over on Party Wipe Games. On Thursday I'll be playing some Call of Cthulhu over on So Maddie Games at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Pacific. The Tales from the Flood is at 1 p.m. Pacific. On Friday, I'm going to be back with the final episode of our Don't Rest Your Head campaign over on twitch.tv/otherdoc at 1 p.m. And this game is like a horror feel. It's amazing. You should definitely come check it out. Right, character. That's what I was trying to remember. Yeah, I'm playing Dreamer, a nomad who's kind of really obsessed with their car right now because it is like a brand new thing and they're just trying to keep it nice because it's the nicest thing that they've ever had in their entire life. So they're just trying to, like, make sure that it stays that way. And they're still trying to do some jobs to make some money so they can get that security system installed on it.
Nice. All right, and last but not least is Anthony. Tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about Pseudo.
All right. I'm Anthony. I go by Bell on the Discord. Though I think I changed my nickname, but I'm not worried about it. You can't really find me on any social medias at the moment, but by next session, I'll know if I'm gonna start Twitch streaming. If so, I'll have the link. I'll have the name on here, so you can maybe check that out if you like. Otherwise, I'm playing as Pseudo, the netrunner you need but don't want. He's kind of an edgy guy, Not a lot of people know a lot about him, but everybody knows him. Other than that, I think we're ready.
All right. So, where we left off. So last time, the team came in and was given a mission by Mama, local fixer in South Night City. And in a rather unusual way, they were asked to not use any electronics to communicate and to come in physically to pick up the mission. They were tasked by Kim. You are personal assistant. You are the head of Ziggurat Corporation that runs the data pools and the garden patch and most things digital. And basically, Kim was concerned that because UR was into something, they weren't sure what it was, but seems to be hurting that UR, and they're passing out, getting bloody noses, turning themselves away from work and such. And so Kim has kind of come in and is asking the team to acquire UR and bring him in for some important medical treatment and also find out what is going on. So they've been given that task, and we are right now in Mama's kitchen. Mama lives in South Night City in an old apartment building. She has a large kitchen. It is spacey and warm. You can smell some freshly cooked corn fritters in the air. And people are sitting around the dinner table talking, having a little bit of sweet tea, and planning out their mission. And so that's where we will come in. And why don't we go around, everybody, and you guys just tell me like what your character's looking like right now, what you're wearing, and that sort of thing, so we can set the scene a little bit. So we'll just go around with Kurt first.
So Burnout. Oh, hang on. Boop. Burnout is he is just wearing. He's wearing pretty much the same thing he was last time. He's got his kind of Navy style khakis, his boots, and his bailout bag. He's taking the opportunity though to change out of his kind of like, I guess you could say like his tactical shirt, so to speak, realizing that we're more or less in kind of a more relaxed setting, and trying to respect Mama. He found his one button-up shirt that he has in his pack, and he kind of did the quick, real hot water steam, get the wrinkles out of it or whatnot, to put that on and sit down to have the food with everybody, trying to be as respectful to Mama as he can, because she's a fixer, but at the same time, the way he was raised, it was one of those, like, you got to make sure that you look nice for your elders.
Nice. All right, so Burnout's cleaning himself up a little bit, trying to look less totally thrashed, and getting past that burrito. I mean,
that was a messy burrito, and we've learned that we don't mix those sauces. I mean,
yes.
those are not two sauces that mix anymore. No.
All right. Frost, what are you looking like today?
So, with Frost, she's just wearing like her go-to is Urban Flash, kind of help her blend in with some of the a little bit more busier parts of the city. A nice pair of jeans, but she also wears her late boyfriend's deck jacket when she's just out on the street. Doesn't have like any particular markings, just appears to have a large patch of appears to just have a large patch of a couple of crossed rifles on it.
I'm in the middle of something. You cannot come in here
due
right now.
to gang life.
All right. And Dreamer, what are you looking like right now?
I imagine she looks pretty much the same as last episode. Still just wearing some like black jeans, has her hair covered by a hat for the most part, and is just like wearing her jacket and just like, I don't know, chilling, being patched up and being cool with it, and ready to discuss.
All right. And Pseudo, what are you wearing?
Pseudo currently is he's wearing his dress shirt with his pants, but he put the little sweatshirt under it, like with or a hoodie I should say, and he's got the hood up just because he's cold right now for whatever reason. He saw Dreamer looking scary, and he's never seen Dreamer like that, so he's just like, and he's kind of just sipping his sweet tea, taking notes for the job in an actual physical notebook with real paper.
How could you afford that?
You never know.
All right. So you guys are sitting around the table. Mama is sitting there. She has, gray hair, big perm, like 1980s style perm going. Wearing, fairly nice blouse and some basic jewelry, not going anything overboard. And next to her is Kim, a corporate exec, the UR's personal assistant. So she's wearing, um, a business suit and short brown hair, very neatly kept, very kind of studious, nervous behavior. Um, and you guys are sitting there. You guys um, had gotten asked a lot of different things about what's going on, gotten UR's daily schedule. We have a interview coming up for Frost to go in and interview for a position on security potentially to get in the building. And I know that we had Burnout who wanted to go talk to UR's doctor. And before we get to that, we actually turn to Pseudo, who had started looking for rumors once you guys got into the place. And Pseudo, you come across a message in the garden post of somebody who is saying that they are Hot XP's biggest fan. Hot XP is a group of guys girls, but they go around the hot zone doing basically parkour stunts and urban exploring and recording it and posting it online. And the person's basically ranting about how he doesn't think that Hot XP was banned for the same reasons as everybody else, because they totally adore UR and think he's so awesome, and that there's no way they could get banned for like all the others, and claims to have be able to prove that they aren't that there's something going on there. And the interesting thing here is that UR had gone on a binge of banning people. Hot XP's is basically the first group, the major account that got banned when he went on his binge of banning all of his critics and anybody who was complaining about what he was doing. And so that's kind of a interesting thing. So it catches your attention while you're cruising around on the garden.
Am I able to tell from gathering that information whether or not, obviously, that my information as to what I'm researching is being tracked?
You can't tell offhand from the user agreements for any sort of Ziggurat product are far more convoluted than anything that you've ever read as a user agreement already. And those things are virtually gibberish anyways. So, you can never quite tell what could be tracked or what couldn't. One thing that you do know, your character was big into this whole media thing and social media, right? Yeah, so one thing you do know is that Hot XP did get banned, and there have been some people who try to put them back up, but they got pulled down again. It hasn't gone very far, but you've noticed that that's happened a couple times, and they haven't really escalated, but they've done that a little bit of skirmishing about putting it up, tearing it down. So you know that. You don't know if they're tracking it, and you don't know if this is really the official fan account or not, because the official fan account got banned.
So I would assume I'm looking at logs right now, right?
Yeah, you're looking at a post under a variant name, Hot XP Mega Fan, who is posting now. So it's I don't know. It caught your eye as being something that is potentially interesting.
All right, I take notes in my little notebook. I've already done that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there anything else for me?
No. So you, if you want to follow up on it, you can message them through the garden. You could attempt to locate them, like physically where they're posting from or something. That might be more difficult. And try to find them that way. Or you could try to like research some more stuff and see if you can find more info on that.
Would you rather, out of character, would you rather us like have that message log in the Discord and we can discuss it later? I feel like that would be more simple, you know. Unless whatever you want to do, I'm just asking.
Yeah. So if you wanna sit on that for a minute and think about what.
Well, yeah, no, like in character, I just want to be like in the corner, kind of typing away, you know.
Okay. Cool.
I don't want to take too much time to do that, you know.
All right. Cool. So you're kind of typing away. You're like catching this and just filing it away, and we'll like kind of like you can bring it up when you're ready to do something on that. All right. So, what are you guys' plans at this point? You have a few options, like we mentioned before, that you may want to follow up. Also, if you wanted to get any or attempt to get any equipment or have any additional questions or anything like that that you want to cover, we can also do that before you head out of Mama's.
Yeah, Burnout doesn't have much to do until we head out. So at this point, he's just kind of like, you know, making social niceties with Mama and whatnot, because his next step is going to be dealing with the Ur's actual doctor.
And I know I'm basically just going to be driving everyone to their meetings and then going to pick them back up. But I would like to discuss, as a group, like, do y'all, I'll just like before we all even head out of the room, I'm just staring out the window, making sure that nobody comes to fuck with my car. And I'm like, so, should we keep all of the money together and use it as a pool, and then after we get the job done, we'll take what extra pay we get and then split it equally? That way no one's left footing the bill for anything.
As long as it's not one person buying, you know, a bunch of upgrades for, you know, their one specific thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm literally asking, should we keep
Are
it
you-
all pooled?
Are you asking in
only
character
use
or
it-
out of character?
In character.
Pseudo kind of looks up from his goggles. You know, he kind of puts them up. It'd probably be best if we kind of split it. You know, all had access to it, but if we just kind of made sure to get the group permission, you know. And then he puts his goggles back on. He's like, "By the way, guys, I think I got something."
Oh.
Yeah. I just got in contact with one Hot XP, biggest fan account. They're like really big fans of UR, and they want to meet. I don't know if they want to meet all of us or just me, or I don't know, but they sent me an address to a liquor store, and that's where they want to meet. It's got no cameras, according to them.
Frost looks immediately to Burnout. No, you're going to go see the doc.
All right.
Now, for your information, the doctor is in the old combat zone. They're only they're fairly close compared to Little Europe, which is further away. So, just for general, you know, knowledge, it may only take a little bit to walk over to the doctor's, though it's a combat zone. It would take a little while to get over to Little Europe without a ride.
I could always call a combat cab, right?
Yep. Yes, you can.
I'll do that then.
I mean,
I pack up all my
everybody
I
else.
pack up all my things. I give Mama a kiss on the cheek, and I say, thank you. The sweet tea was amazing. The fritters were great. I got a lead on the job, so I'm going to go meet them at the appropriate time. I appreciate you, Mama. Love you. And I walk out. And
Hey,
I say,
Pseudo, wait up. Before you do that, like, I know that it's going to take a little bit longer because I do have to drop each of them off, but I feel like the places that they're going are a lot safer than meeting some random person from the web. So, like, if you need backup, let me just drop them off first, and then I can, like, head with you just to make sure that, like, you have an escape route just in case.
he kind of like closes the door before he walks out, kind of like shuts it back quietly. He's like, if you're sure, man, I just, I really don't want this to be a trap and have all of us get busted is all, man.
If it is a trap, I just don't want you to get hurt. Like, I can get us out of a trap if you can get back to the car.
All right, whatever you say. Then we're split. Frost, where are you gonna be? You gonna be with Burnout?
I'm going with Burnout. I'm gonna have to stop by the office to talk to the handler at some point, but I'll go stick with Burnout here.
Stay safe.
Of course.
Just tell me when we're leaving, Dreamer. And I sit back
Sounds
down.
Okay.
So, do you guys want to head out now, or do you want to? Do you have something else you wanted to do before you head out?
I think I'm ready to
Good
roll.
go.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool.
Thanks for the hospitality, Mama, and don't worry, Kim. We'll go pick up UR at some point this week before Saturday.
Also, thanks for the heads up and not letting that kid hit my car.
Oh, no problem, honey. You know,
What's
those
wrong
kids
with
gotta
the-
learn a little bit of respect sometime.
What's wrong with a little bit of glow paint?
It's a new car. That's what's wrong with it, okay?
Oh.
It's
There,
new.
there
I
are
mean-
more. There are
Oh.
more gross ways to paint your car. I mean, I look
Oh,
over and I look over at Burnout.
Pseudo.
Yeah, that's why I cleaned that up right away. I know that acid would eat through the paint if it wasn't cleaned immediately.
But I thought it was all organic.
Well,
Stomach
immediately upon
acid.
this, Frost is just gonna get up. She's like choking on her tea as she gets up and starts leaving.
All right, everybody ready? Let's head out.
Yep. All right.
All right. So you guys all pile into Dreamers. Well, I mean, what is it? Basically an Impala.
Essentially, it's just like a decent car with decent seats that has a big engine.
And I
Like,
believe
it's
you're
like
there.
almost a luxury car. So, like an Impala a lot, just with, like, the good engine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been upgraded to run on Choo 2, and there's so much more power than you could have had before.
And
oh, yeah.
I now have a can of glow paint. I'm calling tabs on that one.
I mean,
You've taken the glow paint.
Yep, I am picking up the can of glow paint,
Go for it.
and that's getting added to my inventory.
Do it.
Alrighty.
All right. So Dreamer, how are you driving?
Well, what direction are we headed to first? That's
So,
the question.
The easiest way, you would be heading east, probably cutting through the Glen real quick from South Night City over to the old combat zone.
Alright.
Now that route would probably take you right past Police Precinct 1 and the City Hall. So
No
I don't know if
guns.
that's a consideration that Dreamer would think of.
Well, I think if we're going through the old combat zone first after heading through the Glen from South Night City, I actually do have the map pulled up because, yeah. So, like, if we're going through that way, I'd probably drive, like, respectably through the Glen just because I feel like that feels like an more nice neighborhood. And then once we hit the old combat zone, I'm gonna be like flying around corners. But then once we get closer to like the police station and stuff, I'm gonna go back to driving respectively.
All right. So more or less during the Glen and near the police, you're gonna be like driving respectfully, and when you hit that combat zone, you were just like tearing around like a maniac.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool. Sounds good to me. So you might as well give me a quick driving roll to see how much a maniac you can be.
Sure.
Because I'm sure you want to be all you can be.
Only
Oh,
a
boy.
23.
Only a 23.
Yeah. All right, so you're flying around, like, you're, like, bolting out of South Night City, get to the Glen, you're like, woo, slow down. I'm driving normally, and then you hit that old combat zone, and you're just flying around places. The address you were given goes to a old subway station, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And so this old subway station, the subways don't run in the combat zones. I mean, you can't really staff them or it's just too hard on everything. So they usually skip all the combat zone stops. And, if you live there, well, I'm sorry, you just got to walk a ways,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that address leads right to one of the old subway stations there in the old combat zone.
Is this where your dock is?
I mean... Yeah, I think so. Once again,
All right.
mental note, don't eat before riding in the car.
We gotta make sure that it doesn't get hurt. That means go fast through the dangerous areas, right?
You worry me. With that, I'm gonna put like all my solo points into threat detection as I get up and get out of the car. All right, cowboy, let's get going.
Cowboy?
I don't know. You sound like what those people from the free state of Texas sound like, or like in what I've seen in those films.
Listen, if you're implying that everybody from Texas is a cowboy, that's profiling, and that's wrong.
Okay, but it's Texas.
Whatever. Anyway. And we go into the doc's office.
So you head over, and you kind of come up to the, where is Burnout living again?
He lives in Watson.
Watson, that's right. All right, so you don't know the local area.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Burnout, can you give me a streetwise roll?
Streetwise, scrolling down.
It's under social, near the bottom.
Social and scroll. All right, social skills. Streetwise. All right. Oh, it was sitting on a 10. It was sitting on a 10.
It was sitting on the 10, and then RNG was like, nope.
No. Oh, Fantasy Grounds. Got us.
My war with RNG continues.
Yep.
What a tease.
All right, so you're approaching the place. Do you have this, like, feeling? You have that, like, nagging, annoying thing that, like, you want to remember something, you can't remember it right now.
Okay.
You've heard something about Ripper Doc over here or something, but you're kind of a little drunk and, not, you can't dig it out of your brain, right now. So maybe
I've got the best solo in the biz with me. I mean, what do I got to worry about?
Yep.
I wouldn't say the best. Good, but not the best.
So you guys head down there, and there are like the iron gates that like block up the thing. They're sitting slightly ajar. They usually are chained, but it's combat zone, so.
You better be right about this.
About what? Going to see the doctor?
About this place being where the doctor is.
This was the address that Mama gave me.
I know. I have the address also.
So why do I? Don't yell at. Listen, if this is bad,
Burnout.
then it's on Mama. You ain't.
Burnout.
No.
I'm Burnout. I'm just fucking with you a little bit. Anyway.
We are in the middle of the damn combat zone, and you want to fuck with me? And like at that, like Burnout literally pulls out his shotgun. It's just like, come on, let's go see this doctor.
Oh no!
Don't you ever brandish that at me ever again.
I didn't point it at you.
Okay.
I said we're going into the building. You bring up a valid point. Maybe going in open-handed may not be the best idea.
All right, one sec. She's gonna just reach down into her pant, like in behind her belt, and pull her handgun out. Go down.
All right.
Burn out.
And what kind of handgun do you have? Is it a heavy?
Heavy.
Or very heavy?
Heavy pistol.
All right. Cool. All right. So you guys come in through the gate. There's
This place is so much different from the air.
it's dirty in there. It looks like it's abandoned. There's trash and like little puddles of water and crap like that. The stairs head down.
This is where the CEO of gets his. This is
where Zigger, this is where UR goes. This is where they go. A dirty hole. There better be some like secret clean clinic that we're gonna be rolling up on. Like I'm looking. Is there like some sort of like porthole or something that we're supposed to go through?
As you head down the stairs, it's dark down there, but there is on the at the platform. There's a train and there's a lit car sitting there at the platform.
Oh.
Like a whole train, but only one of the cars is lit.
Mobile clinic.
Does it?
Possibly.
And you can see through the windows that like there is a operating table set up, and there is some equipment in there, and so you see stuff set up for some sort of medical.
I walk up towards it, not in like a super like slow, like methodical way, but more along the lines of keeping my guard up, but also like, what the hell? Like I've seen some back alley surgery rooms. I've been in and out of scavenger rooms. What is this?
Yeah, so you are heading over towards it, and Frost and Burnout, both of you guys give me a perception roll.
Let's see, perception. Right there. There you are.
Awareness perception, right?
Yes.
And then add 5 to. Why did I roll 2 dice? That is not what I wanted. My apologies.
Oh. All right. Let's go ahead and re-roll that.
And also add 5 on top of that, so 30.
Damn. All right, so as you're creeping down there, Burnout is moving forward with that almost Lovecraftian interest in something that's going to, that's probably not good to be creeping towards. You stop, Frost, and you hear something. You whirl around and you see behind you, it coming out of the darkness, there is a guy of some nature. He is about 8 feet tall, has dark reddish maroon skin with giant like claws and elongated arms and fingers, and um, he's coming towards you like quiet. I mean, only your solo senses are like, while you're like picking up this. And you flip around and see him standing there. You lock eyes with him and give me a human perception roll.
Oh no. Oh no. All right. Okay. Oh boy. Human perception. That's under my social skills.
Yep.
All right. And 11.
All right. So he's standing there staring at you. Burnout hasn't noticed at all. It's been completely quiet, and
Hey,
he's
Doc.
still creeping it.
Yeah. What?
Look. Just look. That's all I'm
And,
gonna
like-
say. Just look.
What? Like, at that, Burnout would, like, turn around and look and be like, Jesus! Oh, hi.
What are you doing here?
All right. First things first, introductions. I'm Burnout. That's Frost. And are you the good doctor?
Are you the Edgerunners that Mama sent?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we
Ah.
are.
And as you see that he like relaxes visibly, like his shoulders come down and everything, but at the same time you realize he's actually getting shorter. His skin is shifting color towards a normal like hue, kind of a tan. His like fingers are shrinking in some. And he kind of comes down like in height from like almost 8 feet tall to like 6.5 feet tall.
Yo, I've seen some tech.
It-
What is that?
I am the Revenant. People call me Rev. And it dawns on you, all right? Right, you should have been able to think of it, but
Great
you couldn't.
story.
The Revenant is the premier body sculpting artist in Night City. He does all sorts of stuff, awesome exotics work, novel cybernetics work, all these sorts of like surgical things. He's very well known for this. He originally operated out of a clinic in South Night City here. But has since moved up. And so he originally operated here under the name New You. And U space U.
Okay.
And so he originally operated here, but he has since moved up. And so, he's very well known. Think like your plastic surgeon who's got a little bit of rocker and a little bit of tech.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So he's somewhat celebrity status with the like celebs because everybody wants, their new face done by him.
Got it. So, Rev, you obviously know why we're here. What are the chances of me getting a peek at the old records?
Is there something in particular you're wanting to know? Certain features of UR's anatomy I may not be able to share with just anybody.
Well, I mean, you know why we're here, and you know what we're after. So it's more along the lines of trying to double check and make sure that whatever he's doing, that we have to apparently go pick him up from, we need to know the full extent of his medical status. I mean, don't get me wrong, By night, I'm a shotgun wielding badass of the streets, but by day, I'm a trauma team medic. And so, with that, I need to know the full extent of his medical condition or conditions, and how much of them is real and how much of them is real.
Come with me. And he like brushes past you and walks into the train.
Frost is still just a little flabbergasted because she doesn't know about this. Like, she knows nothing of Rev.
Yeah. And he can be a little scary.
Is Frost giving off that vibe of like, who the hell is this guy?
Yes.
Burnout just kind of looks to Frost and is like, that's Rev.
Okay.
You want to become a living weapon? Rev can make it happen.
Is that so?
He's famous in many circles, and he's put his maker's mark, shall we say it, on many a person that I've had to see from time to time.
Oh, okay. All right. See, like in Exact Life, we I just never heard of them. Never have. But then again, we have our docs that we see for our things. So yeah.
It can be a blessing or a curse, depending upon how you want to look at it, if you're familiar with Rev's work.
Okay.
Come on. Let's not keep him waiting.
No.
All right. You come in to the train. All the like seats have been stripped out. The floor is, stainless steel. It is like 100% sterilizable, like every nook and cranny. OR setup, equipment on the far end. There's, separation between everything. There's water and everything, and obviously power. And he goes to goes to the right, where all the like equipment is, lab stuff and whatnot, and goes over basically to the computer and starts pulling up stuff, and it says, you are my beautiful little project here. Let's see. And he starts like basically showing you lab results and other like medical history things. What you're getting like right offhand is that like this all started up just a few weeks ago with a like major problem. It may have started prior, but like that's when it became very noticeable. Was reported by Kim to the doctor. Kim has the most contact with the doctor, like as the assistant, and he got some. He actually went and saw UR after he passed out last week. He passed out, hit his head really hard, and the doctor was called in, evaluated him at the house. In terms of like labs, neurotransmitters are kind of wacky, off. Some are spiking, some are low. There's no signs of infection. So all the immunoresponses, that stuff all seems fine. But he's been basically suffering these. He's been passing out, nosebleeds, headaches, that sort of thing, and it seems to be getting worse.
Has he gotten any chrome installed that may be causing a side effect of any of this?
Yeah. So like there's the like medical readout, right? And there's like chunks that are like just black boxed out, right? Like it's got the whole body thing. You can see all the lab results and all that, but there's chunks of like the anatomical figure there that like is just blacked out. Primarily some of his stuff in his head. But the doctor says that he has not gotten anything new over the past 9 months, and so it'd be very strange for something like that to kick up many months afterwards and then turn severe quickly. He doesn't have any clear evidence of like tumor or whatever like that would commonly cause behavioral shifts, and so that's kind of leaving them very, very stumped at what's going on, and that's part of why he's showing you all this stuff. But yeah, it's kind of it is weird readings. They're not stuff that you would look at and be like, oh my god, you're gonna die, right? Like,
Right.
It's just not like things aren't right.
But like, is it one of those like, okay, utilizing my, I mean, granted, the majority of my medical is based around trauma, right? Like,
Yep.
like trauma medicine. But like, is any of these things leading me to like be concerned that maybe we're physically there dealing with more to him than what we initially thought? Because the whole thing is we have to bring him back alive, right? And it's the concept of if we hit him with a stun gun, is it gonna kill him because his meds are all off, because all of his medical records are all off the charts. You know what I'm saying? They're all irregular or something.
Yeah, so it's not he does have a biomonitor on. And there's kind of the records on his biomonitor are a little bit sparse. You see chunks that are like it's reading, and then there's like large empty spots. But they do have like that kind of like feed. The Rev sees you looking at that and says, you are as particular about his data. We can only collect biomonitor readings at certain times.
Does it say where the readings come from by chance?
No, it's not linked to his GPS.
Okay, so that means trauma team just can't find him willy-nilly then if it's not linked to his biomonitor. Is that how that works, Burnout?
Sort of. Normally your biomonitor is linked to your GPS in the case of trauma team, but it appears he's disconnected his.
So you guys have a rogue patient.
Yep.
He prefers to have personal access to such things, so
Why?
he can turn on or off his GPS connection to his biomonitor.
Listen, you've been slicing and dicing on this guy and seeing him. What is he doing? You know something.
I do not know what he could be doing. I just want to make sure he does well, because he's a very beautiful project and something that I would not want to leave incomplete.
What are you turning him into?
Well, I can't reveal what he wants to become. Only you can reveal what he truly is.
Listen, this is a snatch and grab, and we're in serious jeopardy of possibly cracking your masterpiece here.
Exactly.
So we need to know what your intent is with him.
But give me a actually, Burnout, I need several rolls from you.
Yeah.
One, human perception.
All right.
Obvious. Also, I need a deduction, cyber tech, and
Okay. Human perception. Here we go. Under social skills, human perception,
Yep.
right?
Yep, social skills. Just
Boom!
oh, nice.
Oh my gosh!
Wait.
Oh my god! I know his.
Oh my
I know his
gosh.
grandmother's maiden name. What's up?
All
Bard
right.
knowledge. But hey, we both rolled 10s.
Nice. All right. So, damn, you got a 28 on human perception.
Don't lie to me, boy. Oh no.
What you see, let's put it this way. What
Yeah.
you see before you is a person whose mask has fractured. He likes to put off the air of being super uber important celebrity, all this mysterious air, and he doesn't know what the fuck you are is doing. And he's out of the loop, and he's embarrassed to say that he's out of the loop and he's not important, and basically his there's a lot of ego there, and he's suffering from that right now, and that's why he's dodging your questions. You've seen these people, like, they just kind of, they can't admit they aren't in the loop.
So.
Look.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Bernat. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. So I want to make this very clear. Coming from my line of work, you have a very, very valuable client. You have UR. You have this beautiful project that you're working on. If we go to pick up UR and, say for me, I have a very, very strong grip. If it turns out UR has something that we don't know about, I might accidentally break UR. Or perhaps UR might have something else happen, and suddenly you are going to be out of eddies. We need to know what's going on.
That's give me a persuasion. I want to gauge how well he's taking this. You guys are definitely digging into in the right direction.
You said you wanted me to make a couple of
Oh
other
my god!
Holy shit.
What?
Yes. So while I go through a little bit of this, Kurt,
23 persuasion.
I need a deduction roll that's used for diagnosis.
All right.
Then at the very bottom of your sheet, I want a medical tech roll.
All right. I'm gonna give you the medical tech roll first. There's.
All right.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not good. All right.
Medical tech was down. Let's see. You said detection.
Deduction, education skills. And then also a cyber tech check.
Deduction. 14,
All right.
and then a cyber tech. Cyber tech.
Lady Luck might be in my favor today, but I'm not looking forward to tomorrow during Pathfinder.
I've got
when
some
I'm
like
running it.
super average rolls. Nothing great.
All right.
Booze is
so-
still a little get to you.
So Frost, the Rev says, "You're right. We need to do what's best for him. I don't know what his current readings are like. I got readings off of him last week when he passed out. I get readings off him when things go too sideways. But I don't have consistent readings on him because he doesn't like to share information or data.
Do you have an idea of where he goes?
No, I don't know what he is doing. He is doing something. Now, he's doing something, and I'm not sure what's triggering it, but it's getting worse, and that's why we want you guys to figure out what's going on. Now, Burnout. All your checks. Deduction, that is for diagnosis in Cyberpunk. It's mediocre. You're not sure what's going on here. This is a challenging case. Medical tech. All right, that's used for running tests, making drugs, things like that.
Yeah.
So also I'm using it here to interpret some of the test results. You didn't do so hot on that, but you'll have a chance to go back and look at things later.
Yeah.
Cyber tech. This is one of the areas where you actually are pretty good at because you run across this in emergency medicine sometimes. the neurotransmitters being way whack and up and down and all over the place, it strikes you as something with a neural link. That you sometimes get this with people with Sandies that are going haywire, or you get it with people that are doing like other sort of neural wear. And so that in itself screams out to you that like there's something going on with his neural wear.
Okay, so would I be okay? So knowing that, right? Would I be able to basically hypothesize that either he's running around with some crap, like third-hand tech in his body that's causing this, or he's messing around with something of a prototype level that he just went ahead and put in his body?
Both those could explain the
That's what I'm saying. Like that
Yeah.
is that what I'm figuring out? Like he's either got some super advanced stuff, or he's got some old shoddy stuff that he's put in his body, and that's what's causing a lot of his behaviors.
That's kind of what you're seeing right now. That it looks like those are two. Those could both give you those readings, right? That those could both be explanations of what's going on. Obviously, he's probably not putting shoddy shit in his body.
Yeah.
But, sometimes there's other stuff that goes on with this sort of thing, but that's when this is yelling at you. And this is where you would go, like, in an emergency situation. Somebody might be seizing up or something, and it's because of fucked up neural. Oh, wow. Thank you, Raven, for dropping a ton of +2s.
Thanks, Raven. Thank you. We need all the help we can get.
Thank you so much.
So we get 5 instances of +2s. All right.
Or 1 instance of +10.
You can only use 1 on a roll. It takes 1 to get a +2 beforehand, and it takes 2 of them to get a +2 afterwards. So if you want to do post hoc. All right. We are at 4:06. I think I'm going to pause here.
Okay.
For a break. And then when we come back, we'll flip over to Pseudo and Dreamer and take some time over on their side.
All right.
All right.
All right. Excellent.
Be back shortly, y'all.
I hope chat can hear us right now.
Chat, let us know if you can hear us.
Hi, chat. Hello. Yeah.
So, we hear. Awesome. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I fixed it. Woohoo!
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so actually, many of the old school pages. I mean, can you get a hold of those right now?
Yeah.
I could.
I mean, I guess they still use them in hospitals, so,
I mean,
it would be feasible.
prices around last
Pagers? We're talking like actual like beep beep pagers?
Yep.
Yeah, like beepers, bro. Old school beepers.
Beepers.
I'm asking how if I could get any of them.
Okay, so
former experience here, but like, I mean, I have a pager. So like, probably members probably have pagers.
Well, yeah, but those pagers would probably be tracked. Is my logic here is.
So, I mean, pagers
It's a
would
bit loud.
be available.
drop the music down.
I mean, so in Night City, obviously everything's sometimes challenging to get a hold of, but pagers might be a little bit more challenging to some extent. I can't imagine there's a huge secondhand market there, especially with cheap phones.
Right.
But it might be doable.
But with my tech experience, would I be able to tell if like a beeper would get past the net, you know, the local net?
So the beeper, all the communications are going to be carried through the data pool because something has to carry all these communications, and it's the one like distributed system that we have to do this. So
so it would still go through the data pool.
But you have to just look at like what a pager can have for data, right? It's not transmitting a whole hell of a lot. So if you sent coded messages or something like that, you might be able to get away with it, right?
Wait a minute. Okay, so wait a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? I wasn't cool enough to have a pager, even though I'm old enough. Didn't pagers have an independent phone number attached to them?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's a separate phone number. Some of them you could actually text from.
Yes,
so
we are still... The intermission screen is meant to be up because we are still on break. We just have hot mics. Kurt fixed it, so we can hear everybody while we're talking.
Thank you, Kurt.
I try!
You.
By Ort technology and sheer willpower, we'll get through this.
Hell yeah.
But we have everybody back, so we might as well jump back into things.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Back on over, friends. Coming back. Ba-da-boop.
All right. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking around through our bio break. And so we're going to switch scenes. So we left off Frost and Burnout in a abandoned subway station talking to a creepy doctor. And we will go over to Dreamer and Pseudo, who are heading up to Little Europe to meet a guy at a liquor store.
Dreamer, you wanna go in with me, or you wanna play escape driver?
I'll head in with you. I can get it running pretty quick. I just want you to have a little bit of backup.
All right.
Yeah.
And I hop out of the car, get my cane situated, and I start walking in. I look around for cameras, obviously, because that was one of my parameters.
Yep.
To have no cameras.
Do a perception roll.
Sure thing. One moment. Just making sure I'm doing this right.
Should I also do one?
Sure.
17.
All right.
24.
4. Nice.
Damn.
All right. And Pseudo, you're getting out of the car. Dreamer, you're staying in the car?
No,
Or you're
I'm gonna
getting
go
out?
in.
No, Dreamer's going in.
All right. So, there is camera outside. It's actually pretty obvious. It's easy to spot, even compared to normal cameras. But, Dreamer, you notice that it's, not even plugged in or anything. That it's just a dead camera. sitting outside.
Okay.
So the wires are like disconnected, hanging loose, and there's no light on it or anything.
All right. In that case, I'll be like, that is the camera, but it is not on. We should be fine just pulling in. It might stop people if I park my car right under where that camera is from messing with it, though. So I think that's what I'm going to do.
Nice logic.
It might mess with the car though.
All right. So the store is a liquor store. It's in Little Europe. So it's part of a like a 2-story building, store on bottom. You know, like home on top, sort of set up there. There is security glass and like some bars, you know, on the outside. It's a fairly small store in itself, small footprint, but and it's got a flickering neon open sign, you know, with the P burned out, but that's flickering in the window.
I mean, I'll head inside, listen to the bell ding, you know?
All right. Hiya, how you doing? Welcome to Leo's Liquors.
I'm here for an appointment. I ordered some top shelf, you know?
Oh, really? He looks, you know, glances around the store. There's nobody in the store. He glances out the windows, you know, furtively. Come on over here. What is your online name?
Pseudo.
All right, you use that as your handle online too. Cool. You pseudo?
Yeah.
Is she with you?
Yeah. She's my driver.
All right.
Agents are in the back in a lead compartment. I put it in a bag, covered it in lead lining. So, no tracking to this location.
Excellent, excellent. He goes over, he flips off the open sign, locks the door, pulls out from behind the counter a bug detector, and kind of sweeps over you guys. Okay? All right. Yeah, come in here. We don't want them to hear us, you know. They, yeah, they're no good, so. We got,
right.
Come on down here. So how you guys been doing? I've been running my store, you know, like what do you guys do?
I
starts walking down some stairs, like in the back, with you.
I drive and I get people the things they need.
I get into online places where people aren't really meant to be.
Oh, interesting. Nice. Yes, we have quite a mystery here, you know. Everybody says Hot XP, they were banned like all the others, but they never said anything bad about UR like the other assholes. I mean, they love UR. They're always like, you know, like cheering him and toasting him, and when they get to somewhere good and whatever, like they're awesome. So I'm like, this doesn't line up, right? But like I'm their biggest fan, so and he's like takes you downstairs, and like you get down to the basement, and you're in like a rather large basement, but it's got shelves, like just rows of shelves in there, and it's full of stuff. There is you guys have already gone past like the liquors all upstairs, but like downstairs there's like food stuffs and like, you know, like prepper gear and things like that, and racks of like data chips, old discs, CDs, you know, DVDs, all sorts of like random ass things like that. And you know, he's leading you kind of into this like library of recordings that he has. And he's like, I record everything that Hot XP does and posts when it comes out. And so I'm just like, this isn't right, but I'm not sure what's going on or why they got banned, but it's not what they said they banned for it. So, I just want to clear their name because, well, they can't post their videos right now. And, I want to see more videos.
So you post for Hot XP is what I'm getting here.
Well, they post their videos, but I repost them all and I record them all. I gotta save them all. So they actually endorse my liquor store. It's the official liquor store of Hot XP, and so I gotta save all their posts and all their videos and make some commercials and all the good stuff. But
Right.
here, let me show you some of the what they're doing. And he starts showing you, and you've seen a couple of these before, but Dreamer, you haven't seen these people before. They're basically mid-20s trust fund babies, people with a little too much attitude, who are running around doing parkour and urban exploring in the hot zone, recording it. And they're very much like dude bros. Like, they're like, brah, I bet you can't make that jump. Nah, brah, I can make that. Oh yeah, $1,000 says you can't. Brah, I'm not betting you $1,000. Your mom's gonna be pissed if you lose again. Kind of thing, like, but they had a decent following of people who like to watch, well, the same people that would have watched Jackass in the past era, they get themselves hurt, they do stupid things, there's a lot of hold my beer moments, and then they get up and do it again.
Is there any contact you have with any of the people at Hot XP that control the Hot XP account?
I talk to them sometimes. They hang out at Short Circuit around the corner. It's a Netrunner techie bar.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, so they hang out there right a lot. Sometimes I get to go out with them, but usually only when I usually only see them when they're getting supplies for their runs.
Mm-hmm.
Are they the talkative types?
Yeah, no, they're super friendly and nice, and they're great. I mean, they're the best. So you gotta love them. I mean, but there is something going on here. This is weird, and this isn't like your normal weird. Not like the other stuff you hear about. This is something legit weird.
Yeah.
Nothing like the high riders being deep fake AI, produced, videos now. That's so stupid. But this is a real conspiracy going on here. Something they don't want Hot XP on. I don't know what they're afraid of, man.
Possible they knew each other and had a falling out.
No, they always wanted to meet but he was always like, "Oh, I'm too important. I don't talk to people. I just talk at them." But they love him, and you just never, he's always busy and stuff. But so I was gonna, I had this idea, I should sit down and go through all the videos and see what's problem. I mean, obviously start with the oldest, right? And then see if we can figure out what's going on.
So you've watched every video they've ever posted?
Yeah.
All right, so what do you think the deal is?
Well, I'm trying to figure it out. That's why I wanted to get some other people to help me figure it out, because I think somebody's covering this up.
Do you happen to have files of those videos on some type of physical drive I can take?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's like got racks of like memory chips and random ass like discs and like even a whole stack of like floppy disks over in a corner because you have to have floppy disks. But
As a netrunner, what from looking at all this, what does he have that I would be able to do the most safely without blowing our cover? like watch the videos most safely.
So you could plug in memory chips into your phone or whatever, or your deck if you wanted to watch them. You can project from your phone to a screen, so you can see if he has a TV around or something to watch on. There's probably something else you could do with it.
I'll see if he doesn't. You mind if I use your TV here? Just watch some clips while we talk.
Yeah, come over.
I'm really curious as to why this account would have been banned if they were such big fans. And I kind of like open my phone and look at the previous I would assume there's like something like the Wayback Machine or some kind of website like that. And I'm gonna kind of like look at how the Hot XP account, how many followers it used to have.
So they had around like 750 000 or so, like a solid following, not like ridiculous. Now, since we data pools separate things, the numbers are kind of like different. But I mean, I figure there's probably about 5 to 6 mil, like maybe 5 million people in the city, or so. The numbers are kind of fuzzy during the time of Red.
Right.
So.
So at least 750,000 people follow this guy.
Yeah. So they have a strong following. Now it's like following on Facebook or whatever. A lot of people do it and then never like see shit from you.
Right? How many followers does your UR have?
Oh, UR has like, out of 5 million, I think it's. He probably has like a close to 2 million.
Have you looked into any other content creators that were being banned that followed your UR's work?
Well, I saw some of the other ones, and there's the whole Willie Mays thing, and apparently he followed UR, but like, Willie Mays is a jerk, and he was making fun of UR, and now like there's this whole thing going on, and his fans keep posting their videos, and then they keep tearing them down, and they keep posting them under new names, and like, so. But I mean, Hot XP is like not like Willie Mays, Willie Mays has a ton of money to like produce this shit, and they to fight his little guerrilla online war.
And what kind of content were they posting, like in the couple weeks leading up to the ban? Like, were they reporting on any UR news? Because, like, if the media's been kept quiet about that, then like, if somebody's just posting what they know about UR, it could make UR mad.
Yeah, I mean, so Hot XP wasn't here, and he starts putting on some of the videos, like starting with the old, like the most recent, going backwards. And it's like chatting with you about Hot XP, UR, and all that sort of stuff. Both you guys give me a quick perception roll to see how much you're gonna pick up off of the actual videos. And then also if you want to do something else to research it at the same time, like you could always throw out some other skill test if you wanted to.
Yeah, would it be possible to, honestly, even though it's not high, use my streetwise to see if I can notice like any like dog whistly type stuff underneath the content of that. Just see
Oh,
if
that's
there's
a good
any
use.
like hidden messaging stuff like that.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I like that.
Could I do the same thing but use encryption / decryption or what's it called?
Yes.
Cryptography? Sorry.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh.
Not great. Decent, but not great.
All right. Yeah, so you guys are sitting there, you're watching, you're kind of like trying to work through the encryption. You're not finding a whole lot of anything that's like buried under it. The guys are doing like dude bro kind of dog whistles, vaguely like, assholey things. But nothing blatant and nothing about like you are that's negative that you're catching. And you're watching for a little bit. The Leo steps out for a moment, comes back with a bowl of kibble corn, which is like popcorn made from kibble. Salty, poopy, and probably unhealthy. So you bring some of the kibble corn back, and he's like, watching with you, and he's like, oh yeah, this kibble corn, this is the best of the kibble, the brands. This one was actually a mistake. You know that, right?
Steak? What do you mean?
Oh, the kibble corn. So they never wanted to make like popcorn, but one of the employees there decided to do it without permission, because Continental Brands, like, you know about their board, right? All right.
Do I?
No, you probably have no idea, and Pseudo probably doesn't.
No, I don't. He's just going along with it. He just wants to hear what he has to say, because maybe it's important. You never know.
Well, so, all right. So you've heard about the board, right? Well, the board, they aren't really trying to make food for people. I mean, that much is obvious with kibble, right? It's not for people. No, it's really, they're trying to design the perfect food from cats, and we're just the guinea pigs.
Right.
Yeah, with a board, it's made up of nothing but cats.
That's honestly a good,
Totally.
yeah.
No, it's true. It's nothing but cats, and they're just testing on us. And they're good. Their plan is to be our overlords one day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, every time I see a cat, I get a little scared. I think they're watching over me.
Wouldn't pass it. I wouldn't put it past a cat to try to control the world.
I mean, obviously, right? I mean,
do you think any cats were in the hot XP group? Maybe someone who could have tried to take over some of the attention.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, maybe someone posing as a hot XP member. Maybe they said something they weren't supposed to.
I don't know.
Would you happen to know about that? Anything like that?
So, Xavier Price, he's the founding member of Hot XP. He got in a fight with James like a few weeks back, right before they got canceled, and it's cancel culture, man. But
Oh yeah, it's totally real.
well, we are playing a fantasy game, right?
I know.
So
That was in character. Like, my character is a little bit of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
Yeah, and so he pulls out like he loads up some clips, right? And you see the two of them kind of arguing, because James went out of turn in terms of their jumps, and he was like, "No, I was gonna go first, man. now you got the good shot, like kind of bullshit, you know, bro. That wasn't cool. And
Do
they're
I have
like,
to make a human perception, or would it be obvious that it's fake?
make a human perception?
Oh
Because it'll
boy.
be funny if you fail.
Yeah, let's see.
All right.
Looking for it.
Down.
I will say, as much as I like Fantasy Grounds, I wish there was an easier way to look at my skills here.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
so-
about my only complaint. I actually really like this though. There it is.
It's just a long list.
Ooh, not a bad roll. I got a 7 according to the die, but I don't know what it's going to make me roll.
What's your?
Did it not roll it?
No, it didn't come up. You have to roll it in the tray.
Use the
plus two. Chat
Use a
box.
+2.
I'll use a +2.
You're supposed to, yeah.
Oops.
You know what? I'll also
It's,
take my
it's not working.
+2 right now. That
Yeah,
way I
I'm
can
rolling it
push
in the
over 20.
tray.
There you go.
There we go. And so that's a 16. That's 16 for that. And I'll mark down the +2 use. So 4. So we got 4 left.
All right.
I'm
So
gonna go ahead and tack mine on too, just because I am there and paying attention, just to push mine up over 20 to 21 because I got a 19.
nice. Yeah. So no, pseudo. You didn't get sucked into the drama of hot XP, and you're
Start
like,
digging into the kibble corn.
Yeah. You were like that close, and you're like, oh no, all the way from the drama. But Dreamer, you're watching this, and it's funny because like he goes to like he's yelling at the guy, and he's like, dude, you were, and like you can see he forgot his line, and like then he's like, you're a poopy head or some shit, and like just like. It's just really funny how bad they are at like attempting to pretend they're scripting something. But while you're watching this, you catch a glimpse of something kind of off in the background. It's some sort of computer or something, some flashing lights back in like some of the darkness, and they're like arguing, and you like is noticing this. And then they like start kind of like exploring the area, and they kind of come into the area that you've seen back there, and there is some sort of like computer terminal, like not like a server kind of thing, but still like on. Lights are flickering on it some, and it looks like it's like running. The rest of the area, you're not seeing a whole lot of like stuff going or anything like that, but there's some sort of like computer server back there, and give me a electronics check, a security electronics check, pseudo.
I don't think I have any levels in that, do I?
You know, then you could do.
If it's basic tech, I can do basic tech, but.
All right, so you have basic.
Or
tech.
if you would allow me, if it's like a tech kind of thing, like something I could, maybe understand from a programming standpoint, I could ask you to do interface, maybe, whatever. It's up to you.
Yeah, so let's go with a interface roll in that
So
case.
1d10 plus 5. Gotcha.
Yep.
Oops. So that would be at plus 5. Oops. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. So I'm just gonna add it manually. And of course I roll a 1. Gotcha. So let
means
me
you
roll.
gotta
Let me
roll
roll
again.
down. Yep. So that is gonna be a -1.
That would be.
That'd be a 0.
You get a plus
Yeah.
1 to the 5, and then minus 6, so it's a 0.
Yeah.
That's an awesome one. Yeah, so you're not quite sure what it is. You're still looking at it. Dreamer, do you have any electronic security? I don't feel like you did.
No, my only tech skills are first aid and vehicle tech.
That's what I thought.
That's land, sea, and air, because I get a +5 to it because of my nomad.
All right, cool. So yeah, you're not quite sure what it is. You kind of trying to figure out like what might be on, what you might be looking at. It's certainly something that's like odd because you don't usually see that like powered stuff in the hot zone. But yeah, after a little bit, you'll figure out what it is, I think. Yeah. So you guys watch through. They kind of go through the area. They're just kind of exploring, playing pranks on each other, messing around, and you know, continue through. But you have a chance to like kind of look at the machinery for a little while. And it dawns on you that it's something akin to like a computer server, maybe something related to a net system or architecture. You're not sure exactly, but there's something something that's very interesting there, you know, technologically. And this is one of the last like videos that Hot XP had posted. You know, this was just a right before they had gotten kicked off.
And I assume our friend Leo hasn't really taken a note to any of this as we're watching it.
Not unless you say something.
No, yeah, I'm not saying anything.
In fact, Dreamer probably hasn't really noticed this because you've noticed that like there's the server or whatever. That's kind of like odd, but like you do have no idea what it's really for.
Yeah, I basically I'm in character. I'm kind of playing this off as like, hey, you know, can you rewind that? I want to see that again. It was really funny or whatever. Like I make up an excuse to kind of get a better look at it.
Yeah,
and I would assume that's just like my in character way of being like, hey, I need more time to like, you know, figure out what this is.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, sure, yeah, that was a great spot. I mean, you know, did you see how he got him?
Yeah, no, that was really funny. The classic kibble pie in the face is great.
Oh, yeah, he's the best at kibble pies in the face.
Yeah, and dropping the spoiled kibble milk on his face was it was great. Yeah. So, I think that's. Is there anything else you wanted to show us? Maybe that could help us.
So this is what I was gonna do all night: was watch the videos and see if I could figure out why they got in trouble.
Well, okay. So I'll. You can contact me at my pseudonym, but don't say anything specific because you know it's on the net. They can see what you type. You know, it's gonna get all our accounts banned. It would really suck, and it would stop the operation. You know what I'm saying? So just be on the down low. Try to encrypt if you can. Try to be very, very, very non-specific. Especially do not mention Hot XP at all. We don't want to get him banned or in any more trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, we totally don't want to get him in more trouble. All right, well, like, you know what? So you're not gonna hang out with me all night and watch videos?
You know, I have to go to my neighbor's dog's cousin's funeral. I don't know. I can, you know, I do need some alcohol for the road though. If you don't, you know, I could buy some if you'd like.
Oh yes, of course.
And I pull out my wallet. It's got nothing in it. I'm like, oh well, this is awkward.
Oh well. You come on. You're good people. You're helping me with Hot XP. So you know, give me a second here, and I'll download a bunch of these onto a drive for you, and then you can take that with you. And he starts like plugging a bunch of like chips into his computer and like, you know, whatnot. I'll make sure to put that one you liked so much on there. You know.
Yeah,
like,
can you get it in slow mo?
Oh yeah. Here. This is the higher quality version I have over here.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah. Higher quality. I can see the pranks in 4K. Be great.
Yeah, I mean, I have two.
And,
I have two
could you
rigs
just
recording
like
this.
zoom in on that part where he like gets smacked in the face and leave like a little bit of the background in there? That would like really help me. I like the backlighting a little bit. It kind of adds to the flavor of the clip. I'm just gonna make my persuasion roll at this point.
What the?
9.
Wow.
Can I get a bonus just for being funny? No. I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
Maybe if you spend the rest of the night watching the tapes with him, right? That persuasion might go a lot farther.
And I look at my agent. I look at my agent, kind of half-assed, and I'm like, I could stay. My driver here does have to go though.
Do you think that you could possibly just hook us up with that? Like what they're requesting? They're a huge fan and they just want it. So they can watch it whenever they want. And I'm just wondering if I can also make a persuasion roll real quick.
Go for it.
Oh, this is
Nothing
hilarious.
went wrong with this at all.
Nothing went wrong.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Another.
It's still 11. I'm good at persuasion, and that just sucks.
Oh.
Our war
All
with
right.
RNG continues.
I don't know what you're talking about. RNG is on my side today, it seems.
Well, aren't you just the favorite?
Well, yeah, I know, right? Oh my god.
I'm gonna make sure to put all the peanut sauce on all your food, Frosty.
All right. He's like, wait, zoom in and what?
Yeah, just zoom in. I like the backlighting. I want to make it my agent wallpaper. And also, it seems like my appointment got canceled. So, because he's starting to realize, hey, I'm kind of stammering over words and kind of seeming sus. So I'm like, all right, well, my appointment did just get canceled, and he holds up a message, and he just pulls it up and changes it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, look, my appointment got canceled for my neighbor's cousin's dog's neighbor, so I can stay all night.
Neighbors? I thought it was the cousin's neighbor's dog.
I got dyslexia. No, sorry, what?
GM, I'm just wondering, would it be possible for Frost to send out a text? Hey, do you guys want to come over for dinner?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, please.
Because I said I would go get ramen for the group.
You did say that in character.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Character,
All right. So
yeah.
right now, as you're stammering and showing your phone, it comes right through. Come over for dinner.
Go. Yeah.
Oh, would you look at that? I mean,
Ramen.
look, how about we hang out some other time and we'll watch the clips. I'll come by. You know me. We met, so you'll know when I come in, and we'll watch those clips. All right, together. I promise. All right. And I hold out my pinky.
Oh, you're gonna. Oh, pinky swear. All right.
Yeah.
I'll see you, man.
Yeah.
I'll get the bottom of
It's
it.
getting a little serious around here.
Yeah.
All right. I'll
I
be waiting.
Smirk
And then
a little
I,
bit.
as quickly as possible, take all of the things he gave me and rush the fuck out of there. I don't know what dungeon he's gonna take me to next, but I don't want to be there.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm just smiling a little bit during all of this, and when we get out of the building and into the car, I'm gonna start laughing and just be like, "Oh my god, that guy's a fucking moron."
Jesus. And we're having that moment, I assume, cartoon moment where we're both just like,
The double face palm.
yeah.
All right, you get out. And yeah, so it's a plan to go round up the others from where they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll have you guys head off over towards rounding them up. We're approaching 5 o'clock. So I guess the question for you guys is, do we want to cut it here, or would you rather go another like 15 or 20 minutes or something?
I have time.
I have plenty of time. It's
Might be
up
a
to
good way
you.
to wrap up this arc of the
Alright.
information. It's up to you guys.
So then let's flip back to Burnout and Frost. You guys are talking to the doctor. You guys are figuring out at least some of what's going on here. And we have like Dreamer and Pseudo on the way back to come get you and get some ramen together.
All right.
Hey Doc.
Go ahead.
Yes?
What I suppose both you docs, but Dr. Revenant. I suppose one last question. If and seeing how you are kind of their doctor, I'm just gonna ask if you are is you are squirmy. I need to know this for when we go to pick them up. Are they squirmy?
I don't usually pick him up. He looks squirmy.
Okay, so would it be okay for me to use like softer hard restraints on the patient to get them here?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I mean, the turbo torpor that I should have been given to Burnout. That is specially formulated to take care of UR based on his biomonitor.
I suppose as a precaution, if you will. For the patient's safety, should they wake up in a panic.
Yes. And I sent over the turbo torpor because it lasts longer than some of the other agents that are used as anesthetics at times. So Burnout, your normal anesthetic would be Tactagon, which is basically like a laughing gas kind of thing. Once you take it off, well, within seconds people are back, and within a couple minutes they're more or less functional. This turbo torpor is like a really souped up sleep medicine, and so it doesn't wear off quite as quick, but it also like knocks people out without having to continuously like put them under.
Okay.
So once he gets it, unless something jolts him awake or whatever, like he probably will be asleep for at least an hour, maybe longer if like nothing wakes him. In technical terms, the drug would last an hour, but if you're still asleep, you're asleep. You know?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Only an hour of guaranteed no wakey time.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
That should buy us plenty of time.
That should be
all right.
Yeah.
And you got 2 doses of that.
Yes, I do. I have two doses of liquid horse tranquilizer and a needle.
Yes.
Yep.
So
as for you, Burnout, you look like you could use an actual like solid meal, like something else in your system. So
no more burritos.
No. I know a ramen joint. How do you feel about ramen?
I like noodles.
Okay. All right. Don't worry, it's on me tonight.
all right. So about that time, you guys, let's just get everybody back together. Unless you have something else you want to do or say to the doctor before we're heading out.
I back away slowly.
Same. I'm just gonna cautiously leave. I'll make sure Burnout goes out ahead of me.
He says it was fantastic having you here. You
Yes.
will have to come by sometime. Hopefully with UR.
Definitely with you are.
Right.
As we go away, start going back up, I just kind of lean over to Burnett. He gives me bad
Bad
vibes.
vibes, yeah.
Seems a little
Don't
full
get
of
me
himself.
wrong. I'm all about transhumanism, but there's something off with that one.
I think I'll stick to going to see either you or Dr. Phoenix.
Yeah, I read this book about Frankenstein once. And like that's
Oh,
just where I feel like the fade
great
out
book.
would be like I read this book about Frankenstein once.
So, I will shoot a message to my handler like, hey, can we set up a meeting tomorrow? I need to come talk to you at some point.
All right. So your handler,
Just, I think you talk face to face.
yeah. So your handler, I think, is going to respond to your message a little bit later. I feel like your handler lets all your messages sit for at least an hour before responding.
That's fine.
Because you're the one being handled. I mean,
Wait. Does the handler leave Frost on red for an hour? Or does it like or like just leaves them on red for an hour before they respond or what?
I feel like no, the handler
they're probably busy.
it goes to red immediately, and then left unanswered for like an hour.
I mean, Frost just kind of assumes that they're busy handling like a few other people. That it's like it's okay. I'm a big girl. I can handle myself for the most part.
Yeah. And honestly, if you were to get into too much trouble that you had to try to call in cavalry, well, they'd probably rather you just dead and send a cleanup crew afterwards.
It's better that I just don't appear on the books, so that way if something comes up, no, we don't know who this person is.
Exactly. So, yeah, about then we get Dreamer, Pseudo. They come tearing up in the car, squealing tires, sliding around corner, and stopping right at the top of the subway.
I come out of the car, and I had already traded my nicer shoes for a bottle of liquor. I didn't have any money, so I gave him a nice pair of shoes and left with a bottle of liquor.
I would have spotted you $10. I got a little bit of cash.
Pseudo.
Yeah, but then I owe you $10.
All right.
Leo loved the
I'll
shoes.
mark
He
it
was
off
like,
for my
"Oh man,
shoes."
those are awesome shoes."
Okay. Well, Frost is gonna get sat down in the car. There's a ramen joint I know of over. It's like over in Upper Marina. I hit it sometimes before I go back to the cargo park. So.
Sounds good. One sec. I'm gonna open up my glove box and pull out my burner that I keep in there because my glove box is lined with a Faraday cage, so no signals into or out of it. And I'm just gonna send a message on the burner to the head of my family, my nomad family, and just be like, "You got any information on UR? I just got a job and if you know anything, hit me up."
All right. So you send out your text to your family, and you guys arrive to get some ramen. It's it's in the Upper Marina. It's a decent place. Not super overpriced. Not too many yuppies. But
probably lower exec.
Yeah. Lower exec, it tends towards the lunch crowd, really. Which, by now, I think you guys are, closer into dinner time. So it's a little bit, not quite as busy as it is when you usually show up during lunch, Frost. But, it's a good place. Solid, solid noodle house, ramen, and other dishes of Americanized Oriental Night City mixed fusion, something, probably some extra African in there or something. I'm not sure. Night City ramen.
I'm sure they're not sure.
Probably.
I have to
mean, there's-
immediately ask if there's any peanut sauce in it or not.
No, I have those in little packets in my pocket though.
Why do you carry that around? That's disgusting, Pseudo.
Why do you keep peanut sauce in your pocket?
No
I don't
peanut
know.
sauce. No,
No, it's in little packets. It's not like he's just got a thing of peanut sauce there and he just like
No,
whips out a
but, like,
handful.
Yeah, you just have like
How often do
He just globs it on there.
I'll be
pour
spending
the sauce pan in your pocket.
I'll be
They
spending.
got one of those internal mechanisms on their leg that stores the gun typically, but they just got it filled with peanut sauce. So they carry it around inside.
Peanut holster.
I'm going to spend $100 between a decent tip for the staff and decent meals.
And I'll ask for permission to crack open this liquor in the restaurant. We're not gonna get too drunk though. Maybe.
Maybe. So, a lot of stuff going on here. Burnout. No peanut sauce in your noodles. Your noodles are good.
Good. Noodles.
Peanut sauce is only in the pad thai ramen.
Pad Thai is so good.
Pad Thai
But this is pad thai
amazing.
ramen.
I don't think it's ramen. I think it's just
not.
pad Thai.
Pad Thai is Pad Thai.
But that's what they
Yeah.
have now.
So it's
It's
Pad
not
Thai.
like-
It's
It's
fusion.
not
It's
ramen.
fusion cuisine.
It's not pad thai. It's not ramen.
If it's
It's
peanut
just gross.
sauce, then
Because
what
it's-
you mean is like it's pad Thai, but there's so much peanut
Pad Thai
sauce in
has
it
rice.
that it looks like ramen.
It has rice noodles in it. Usually rice noodles, shrimp, peanuts, scrambled eggs, sprouts, and a variety of other vegetables all splashed in there. I usually like to put mine with a little bit of lime juice in it. Good stuff.
So for anybody who's filling out the wiki on this particular
Pad
cast
Thai
of
is my
characters,
shit.
we now have the complete breakdown of Frost's way that they enjoy pad thai.
Yeah.
Important
So-
information.
Pseudo just orders whatever plain noodles they have and just slathers them with peanut sauce.
Frost
just
just
ain't
kind of
right.
looks over as she's
You know, they
biting
got
into
like
food.
they got fresh peanut sauce in the kitchen. Why are you using that
I-
prepackaged stuff?
I don't know if it's fresh, but
It's and he looks at the date. It like expired 3 years ago. He's like,
Oh, come on.
that actually. I, the player, just.
All right.
I'm
I-
playing
Thank you,
as a-
everybody,
That is
for
the wrong
joining us
realm.
today.
No,
all right. So back on track. I guess we should
That
we should
fills
get.
me with
So,
so
I-
much
I
pain.
suppose, I don't want to swap too much information out in public, but do we kind of have an idea of a direction of where we might be going?
Well, we've got to review the footage that Pseudo has. So
Yeah, I would obviously hand everybody a copy of that.
All right, I'll kind of dig into.
And
this.
while I'm digging in, I'm just on my goggles, looking through footage.
I'm gonna go home, play some Elf Lines. I know UR is on Elf Lines.
UR is.
I'll see if maybe I can do a little bit of a Gremlin Blade Dancer shit and possibly see if I can catch any info from them if they happen to be there.
Get
So
some
you are-
rumors and elf lines? That's actually a good
yeah.
idea.
Oh my gosh, yes! Like,
Why don't you share that with your netrunner?
because I don't want my account getting banned because somebody decides to, play around with my account. I will be very upset if I get banned.
I'll
That's
get
like
my
one
own.
of the
I'll get
things.
my own burner account. I'll trade my other shoe for it.
It's because we don't need another Netrunner playing ELO. Like,
There's so many of them. Like
many.
I'm out here in the dungeons doing my thing, and then suddenly when I go to grab my loot, boom, the netrunner leaves with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially the rogue from D&D. So I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yep.
I'm out here trying to take out all the
Yeah, but But
So,
while everyone gets their food, I'm like
sorry.
pouring some drinks for people. Everyone gets a drink.
All right, let's
I
see.
cork
Nice.
it up, put it down next to me. All right, well, here's to a successful first part of the mission.
Cheers.
You
I
know,
lift mine up, and
I put some peanut sauce in
can
there.
I do a stealth to toss it over my shoulder rather
Bro.
than drink it?
Go for it.
Really, on their
Go for it.
floor?
I traded my shoes for that, you bitch.
I gave you the money for it, actually. Thank you.
Also, Burnout. I do have a question.
Go.
Yes.
Do you happen to? I would have talked to Rev, but I'd rather maybe I talk to you about this, just in case if I really need to really kind of glam things up for if I go on to our security team. Do you think maybe you could work on my sculpt a little bit?
Define work on your sculpt.
Yeah, maybe I need to get some. I'll have to take a look at their staff, and if they have like anything in particular, I want to try to blend in as best as I can.
Yeah, I mean, you might be better off going to a body sculptor or a ripper doc, but I mean,
Oh,
sure, I'll take a stab at it.
Do you know anybody then? Like
Oh, sure, I know a couple of people. Yeah. Well, you just met one.
No, no. I would rather a nice, clean clinic.
I mean,
That's
that
not in
train
the
car was
sewer.
totally sterile. I can
That's not-
vouch for that.
That also, I'm not going to get ripped alive by someone that might do some horrible things, because anyway.
Wow, I take it.
Horrible
that your
things?
meeting went well, huh?
You ran across a dungeon fiend like we did?
Yes.
Only in real life.
Ah, well, ours was in real life too.
Absolutely terrifying to look at.
ours
Like it.
just seemed like an idiot to me, but yeah.
We're,
An idiot can still use a knife.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it takes an idiot to pick up the knife first.
Takes an idiot to meet a netrunner and a nomad
Get
in a
this.
fucking liquor store.
Get this. Dude was all about a conspiracy theory that cats control the corporation that
Are
make
we on?
kibble.
Are we on about the whole cats controlling corporations conspiracy again?
Yeah, like people
Oh.
actually believe that somehow. That is totally not verifiable. Unlike all the birds being fake, they are actually cameras, and that one's
Oh
real.
yeah, birds aren't real.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I suppose I will. I got some big stuff. I gotta get the resume pulled together for an interview. Oh my gosh, being UR's bodyguard. That's gonna
It's
be
a foot
yikes.
in the door.
It's a foot in the door, and maybe if they get straightened out, it might be a good jump in careers for me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Before we end session here, did I get any word from what's her name? Will Trait Vance? I don't remember her name, but she was the one that gave us the job, not Mama, the lady that hired the fixer.
Kim?
Kim?
Yeah, Kim. That's her name. Sorry, that's the one part I didn't write down. I wanted to know if she gave me any updates on, like, if she found anyone I can fill in for the day, or other things that would help the group.
So she is not giving you any updates yet. But jumping over Diamond, yes, you are plays Elfline's online. He's not on right now. He oftentimes is on Sundays. He also tends to post a lot of stuff on the garden on Sundays, which they are not doing right now either.
Oh, it's gotten that irregular.
So you're noticing that. You do know that in Elfline Online's, is like the highest level, character in the whole place. in Night City. And he goes around in like giant black Nilfgaardian armor, like from Witcher, with the big wings on the helmet and everything. Thinking that he's like looks awesome. Thinking. But yes, he's very well known for playing, but he's not on.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But your handler gets back to you, lets you know that they can talk to you tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. All right.
Now you do have a 9 a.m. Interview tomorrow, and a we'll say 2 p.m. meeting with the handler tomorrow.
I mean, it's all in the same. Like, it's literally just a bus ride away from one another. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Dreamer, you get a text back from your family. Actually, you put your burner phone back in the glove compartment, right?
I did. I'm usually bring it back in. Like, I don't really take it out of the Faraday until I'm back in the what you call it?
Badlands
Storage unit.
Oh, the
thing
storage unit
that I live in.
Okay.
Like, I literally just pull my car inside of it, and I have a bed at the end.
All right. So, yeah, you won't see any text from them until after everybody heads home for the night.
Yeah.
So we'll address that the beginning of next time, because obviously in the Faraday cage you can't get texts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it looks like we are at a good spot to finish for today. So everybody, thank you for joining us on Cybernation Uncensored for I Know You're a Twit, but What Am I? We have an awesome team here. Had a fantastic time, and 2 costumes. So it was a good show. Thank you for joining us, and we'll do our outros. So I will kick it over to Anthony to start up with the outros.
All right. Again, I'm Anthony. I play Pseudo, the funny peanut sauce netrunner that everybody knows and loves, except not many people know and love him. And I don't have any, handles on the internet other than Bella on Discord. You can hit me up on the Discord, and that's about it. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.
All right, thank you. Crimson, why don't you do your outro? Let people know where they can find you and whatnot.
Yeah. Hey, y'all. It's been Crimson Galaxy, your non-binary femme punk. Just playing a fun game. You can find me on Twitter at sin_gal, Instagram and Twitch at crimson_galaxy_RPG. And yeah, I hope you liked the show, and I'll see you next week.
All right. Diamond Dust.
Hello, I am Diamond. I am a VTuber, netrunner from the Moonlighters network. Please do feel free to catch me every day over here on Twitch. And I was playing Frost, your kind of kept together solo, and hopefully hopefully soon to be climbing up the corporate ladder a little bit. But yeah, every day here on Twitch, I'm streaming. I post schedules over on my Discord all the time. I'm over on Twitter, and I run Cyberpunk RED on Wednesday nights with my group, who are basically now a bunch of exotic skulls. And also every Saturday, I do homebrew on Cyber Saturday at 4 Eastern time, and Wednesday night is 8 Eastern time on my channel. So feel free to come over.
Awesome. And finally, Kurt.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kurt, also known as Covenant the Horrible Alchemist. You can find me everywhere at my socials, listed below my face. Let's see. Coming up. I mentioned Blade Runner before we started. The next big thing right now is Even though we are on a mid-season, kind of a mid-season break for Star Wars over on Emporium for the Wayward Gamer, we are starting to rerun the first half of the season's shows. So if you're interested in it, get caught up or whatnot. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to my socials for future projects that are coming up. There's a lot of stuff in the works already for 23, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with it all.
Awesome. And I am Tracy. I've been your GM, or Stinkpalm 007. And yeah, it's been a great session with a bunch of great players. So I'm really excited about this campaign, how it's going to unfold, and where you guys are going to take things next. So you can catch us here every Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. You can also catch me on Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern for the High Riders campaign. Or in between on Discord or wherever, Stinkpalm 007. So thank you for joining us, and have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye. Later, y'all.
Cybernation Uncensored.